So I don't think there's a giant benefit in talking about the current events in the market this week. The truth is, on Wednesday, if the Fed is dovish, the market's going to go higher, and if the Fed is hawkish, the market's going to go lower. So instead of talking about things this week that aren't really relevant to you, because what happens on Wednesday is the only thing that matters, I'm going to talk about the 5 things that have allowed me to become a multi-millionaire trader. And it's actually not too difficult. The problem is some of the things that I contribute to my success, some of the biggest things I contribute to my success, are things that most people will look over or say are not a big deal. When I was younger and I went to the doctor when I was sick, the doctor would say, get a lot of rest and stay hydrated. The reality is I poo-pooed that at the time because I thought there would be some medicine that would give me a quick fix. Turns out when I'm older, the only way I can get better if I'm not feeling well is by sleeping a lot and staying very hydrated. So these are things that are very similar, that are not sexy, that you probably would not pay money to learn, but they are the 5 things that have allowed me to become very successful as a trader, very wealthy as a trader, and it doesn't really matter what type of market we're dealing with. I'm able to excel very well in all those markets. The first thing that has allowed me to be a very successful trader is always trading without emotion. Right? I say 100% of traders that trade with emotion lose money, and 100% of traders that trade without emotion will make money. So, how do we get you to trade without emotion? It's very simple. Let's say you have a trade where you will buy a call option when the 50-day crosses over the 200-day moving average. And when that happens, you will buy a call with a 40% stop and a 40% profit target. So let's say this is a trade that you do, it's a trade you are successful with, and there are some pretty clear rules about when to do this trade, when to exit for profit, or when to exit for loss. So it's very clear exactly what you're going to do. So you go out there and risk $100 on that trade. Risk $100. The only thing you should be worrying about or caring about is, was I able to follow the directions of the trade? That's the only thing that matters when we're going through this exercise. So you risk $100 on one trade. It either hits that profit target or it hits that stop loss. If you were able to do that, basically follow the directions of the trade, then bump it to 150. Do the same thing. Ask yourself, was I able to follow the directions of the trade? Did I let it get to the profit target, or did I let it get to the stop loss? If you were able to do that, keep on working your way up. Add an extra $50 to $100 per trade until you get to the point where you were not able to follow your directions on the trade. Maybe you had a quick profit of 20% and you bailed out early. Or maybe you had a quick 10% loss and you bailed out early. If you are not able to follow the rules of the trade, that means you are trading emotionally. Remember, I am successful because I do not trade with emotion. So what's going to happen is you're going to get to some sort of a level, a dollar amount. Maybe it's $200, maybe it's $500, maybe it's $20,000. I have no idea. It's up to you. But every one of you is going to get to a level where you're not able to follow your own directions, the directions that you created on the trade. All that means is, hey, I'm now at a dollar amount where I'm becoming emotional. So that is the level that I do not want to cross over. I go back down to previous levels where I was able to follow that profit target. I was able to follow that stop loss. And then all of a sudden, I'm trading without emotion. The best traders in the world aren't the ones who are the smartest. They're not the ones who are the wealthiest. The best traders in the world are literally the ones that are able to trade without emotion. If you do not know what your threshold is, right, this level is where all of a sudden you start to trade emotionally, you should not do anything else until you figure out what it is, because then and only then will you be able to be consistent, reliable in your results, and have that kind of monthly income that you're looking for.